Hello, everyone. We're back. This is Adelaide Brown, your heart coach with Be Blessed Daily.
And this is your girl, Christy Love, from Let's Talk About It with Christy Love.
Yes,
We're
yes.
heading back into our, pretty much, we're diving deep today, y'all. We're talking about spiritual heart transplants, and we're talking about the things that we combat to try to get to that point where we say, enough is enough. I'm not going to do this anymore. I want to move on. I want to be better. I want to be bolder. I want to be who He's calling me to be. He being our Father in heaven, as we embrace this Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all our fathers.
Happy Father's Day.
Out there in FB land, out there tuning in through to Exposure. We thank you. We thank you. When we ended the segment, the wonderful heart coach here was pretty much talking about how we deal. Talking about, she gave us that beautiful metaphor of the GPS and the fact that you tell it where you are and it tries to help you get to where you want to go. But if it tells you, how many times has it told you, okay, you're in Dorchester, you're trying to get to Ashley Phosphate, it tells you where to go, and for whatever reason you might have missed that turn. Or you consciously say, now why is she telling me to go that way? I know a quicker way. And you try to go the other way, and that bad boy says rerouting. It says rerouting. It says rerouting for a reason, because you told it where you wanted it to go. She's trying to get you there. You decide to veer off on your own path. You veer off on your own path of, like I said, food, sex. For some of us, we have some positive vices where it might be prayer. It might be meditation. It might be, just sister circles, getting into that sisterhood vibe where you're getting together and you're vibing and you're talking about some different things. We all do. We absolutely take different routes. But I think we all intend to get to a place of wholeness, completeness. But first we have to admit that something's wrong.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. And we have to admit that something's wrong, but we have to also be brave and courageous and vulnerable enough to say, I want wholeness. I want peace. I want breakthrough. I want deliverance. Many of us have been disappointed so much and let down so much, and we think so lowly of ourselves. We don't see wholeness as a goal because we really don't believe we deserve it. Like I can tell you, oh, I think I'm this and I think I'm that, but what I'm thinking, like Charles said, and what I'm feeling, that right there will be projected out. I don't care what I'm projecting to you, what I'm saying. Actions speak louder than words. We learned that in kindergarten.
Yes. Yes. Let me tell you why that just stumped on all my little toes. Because you can talk all day, every day, about what it is you want to do. But if you're not taking the active means to get there, then it's just talk. It's simply that. Just talk. You have to make the active effort to do something. I can say all day, I want to be fit. I want to be healthy. I want to have more energy. I can say that all day. But if I'm continuing to consume fried foods, if I'm continuing to consume, fatty foods and spicy nacho cheese Doritos, which is, boy, I'm trying to tell you, I love that stuff, but I can, do that and continue to be in this type of shell, or I can make an active effort. I saw my good friend Kelly, Miss Kelly, I miss you, by the way, lady, but she mentioned a great workout. A great workout, I can honestly say that, yes, and I've been there before, believe it or not, a great workout does. It releases those feel-goods, those endorphins. So do those bad things, but only for a moment. Only for a moment. And once that moment is past, again, you're back to having to deal with yourself. You're back to having to admit what's really bothering you, what's really going on. I got passed over for a promotion at work. I knew that I honestly was not ready for that position, but I wanted to try anyway. I told myself, I really think I can do this. I really think that I have what it takes to be XYZ. So I went for it. But for some reason, when it didn't happen, it did something to me. It killed a little bit of something in me. And I remember that night, I gorged on a deluxe pizza from Domino's. But after eating the majority of it, I couldn't eat the whole thing. I didn't eat the whole thing. But after having that, I remember how hard I cried. I stood in the shower and I cried the day my mom went to heaven. I cried so hard because I was so disappointed in myself. I felt like I let myself down. And I didn't know how to deal with it. And at that moment, that felt better to me. I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to eat this and I'll be okay. And I wasn't. I wasn't okay. I actually did not heal from that thing. That happened a couple of months ago. I just got released from that thing a couple of days ago because I was honest with myself. I was honest with myself. Christy, were you really putting in the work and doing what was necessary to obtain that position? No, I was not.
And I want to commend you. Like I said, it takes a lot to be honest and transparent.
Girl, I don't know where this is coming from.
But no, you know where it's coming from because you're saying that enough is enough. You're saying enough is enough, and so it's coming out because you have to make room. You have to make room for the good things to come in. You can't bring in new furniture if you're not willing to get the old furniture out of your home.
Say that,
right?
man. Okay.
But just to
Yes,
go
ma'am.
back to what you said about the job, you said, I told myself that I believed that and I could do that. You told yourself that, but did you really believe it? Like if you would be completely honest, even if you
Touche.
had put the work in and all of that, the way you feel about yourself at the core, the thing that nobody else can really see because that's not what you project. But you know that's what you're feeling. It's almost like, can somebody save me from this person that's tormenting me on the inside? So you never believed that you could get it.
Ouch.
So when you didn't get it, you pretty much got what your expectation was. And then you were disappointed that your expectation was so low. That's really what you thought because that's what you got. And like with the vice, it's just the habit of just going through the motions over and over and over again. A lot of us can't even say why we do it. We just do it. Like we can come up with reasons why, but the more you dig, what I did was one day, and I encourage you to journal. One of the biggest components that I use in my coaching is journaling. Because a good coach is not really giving you anything. A good coach is helping you bring the most out of you that you didn't know you had in you.
Absolutely.
You don't see Phil Jackson did not get on that court and do things for Michael Jordan. He just put him in positions to where we could see the best of what Jordan could do.
Absolutely.
The same thing with Popovich. I mean, just because basketball was just over. I mean, what he's been able to do with those teams, he didn't give them that talent. He just put them in positions that help them show the most of their talent. See, what you have to be willing to do is go within. See, the pizza took the place of the loneliness. The reason why is because you're really afraid of dealing with you. So it's so much easier to focus on the pizza and focus on me not getting a job because I'm accustomed to seeing the negative part. Can you get accustomed to seeing the positive part? That's where that heart transplant comes in. Can you look at it and say, did this situation happen in my life? What is this trying to show me about me? Where do I need to improve? And sometimes it's just the improvement of, God, protect me from myself. I don't know how to do this. I can't fix this. I know I need to do better. I don't know how to. I know I need to have fun. I want to know how to have clean fun. I don't know how to do that. We have to be willing to have these transparent conversations with God. Not get on the phone and call your girlfriend. Because she could get mad at you and spread your business, and you worried about that. That's why you tell her certain things. Don't tell your man, because you might be mad at him next week. But when you tell God, he already knows the answers. It's like the GPS. It's like telling him, this is where I am. And he's like, okay, let me get you to where you need to be.
Girl, I'm sorry. This is absolutely turned into a live counseling session. You do not understand how much life this woman is speaking into me right now. Part of the reason why we want to continue to do this is we're trying to help somebody else get free too. So while you're watching me, watching me in my truth and exposing my truths and being real about what I'm dealing with, because I'm tired of lying about it. I'm tired of saying I'm okay when I know I'm not. I'm tired of walking around trying to pretend, oh, I'm strong. I'm fierce. I got this. When I am not. Now, no, I'm not by any means saying that every day I'm tearing into myself and so on and so forth. But she tapped on something I do wrestle with. The negative side of things because I'm so used to it. I'm so used to things not going right that when they do, I almost don't know how to deal with it. When something does pan out, I'm waiting for that other shoe to drop. I'm waiting for something to be wrong because I don't know any better. Or in my mind, I don't know any better. For so many years, I've struggled. I have lost much. Me and my children have lost much. And it's all tied back to one thing: what I thought of myself. Self-esteem. The lack of self-esteem. Because if I really believed certain things about myself, and if I really did walk in the truth that God has given me, because I am whatever I think I am. That's the truth that God has given to me. But because I decided to walk on the other side of it, because I became comfortable in my dysfunction, because it was all I knew. I became comfortable with losing things. I became comfortable with cars being taken away because it's what I knew. That's what I knew. I didn't know maintaining and being okay, because I did that. That's not by any means saying that that's how I was brought up. It was just what I told myself. It's just what I told myself. And you, my lady, my dear friend, my coach, because she's my coach too. You are going to, and when we go into our final segment, you're going to help all of us be honest about how to get to that next level.
Yes.
I'm telling you, people, it's time out for playing games.
Yes.
It's time out for pretending you're okay.
Yes.
Well, you're not. We're going to do this.
Yes.
We are going to do this.
Yes, we're gonna do it, and it's all about us being honest with ourselves.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, "Oh, that's just your issue, girl. I just gave that to God, and I'm over it." And then all I know is that you are the farthest thing from over it, but you're trying to convince everyone else
That
of that
you are.
and it's fine. It's not fine, but it's okay. I'm not going to step on your toes with that. It's like we have to be willing to uncover. And
Yes,
we have
ma'am.
to be willing to break through.
Yes.
And we have to be willing to do what is required in that.
Yes, ma'am.
It's difficult.
Yes.
But it's also difficult to stay where you are. In
Yes,
that
it
pain.
is.
So
Yes,
if you have
it
to pick
is.
between, this
Yes,
is
it
what we
is.
have to do.
Yes.
So when we come back on this next segment, we're going to be talking about how can we overcome.
Yes.
And we're going to get to it then.
Yes, we are. Sisters in solidarity.